welcome you once again for this session. This session is essentially to release a very recent report brought out by NIAS following a Indo-US workshop held here nearly a year before on the technical aspects of civilian nuclear material security. I don't have to say anything on why this particular topic was chosen at that time and what are the various issues which were discussed, but it's clear that this problem is multidisciplinary. It is not one aspect. There are multiple aspects to it, and you need to address the various issues connected with material security, starting from material accounting to the people who are concerned, who are operating, who are working in those establishments, how to handle those people. So it's very specific but multidimensional problem. And I'm very glad that NIAS has chosen to bring out a book capturing the various discussions which took place last year, and I'm sure it will set the tone for further action. What could be done if the problems are identified? What can we do to identify solutions? I am going to request Dr. Grover from the Department of Atomic Energy to release these books formally today. I don't have to say much of an introduction to Grover. He is very well known. He has been very actively involved in the Indo-US dialogue right from the beginning of the dialogue on civilian nuclear agreement between the two countries. And maybe you should release the book and then say a few words.
Thank you, Professor Ramamurthy, for inviting me here. It's always a pleasure to come to this place. The issue of nuclear security has several dimensions. We talk about security of nuclear materials, security of facilities, export controls, security of technologies, and development of technologies that are proliferation resistant. And each of these dimensions needs to be examined from an applicable perspective. And what was examined here 1.5 years back was technical aspects of nuclear material security. Here one notes that by using science and technology, one can reduce the magnitude of this problem of the security of nuclear materials. This issue of nuclear security has come into a sharper focus because of nuclear security summits, the first one in Washington in 2010, then in Seoul 2012, and the next will be in The Hague in the month of March, just towards the end of March. And during these summits, discussions have taken place on all aspects of nuclear security, including global nuclear security architecture, role of International Atomic Energy Agency, security of nuclear materials and radioactive sources, nexus between nuclear security and nuclear safety, security during transportation, combating illicit trafficking, nuclear forensics, information security, and most important, nuclear security culture in organizations, particularly industry. India has participated in the previous two summits at the highest level. Prime Minister of India led the delegation, and the preparations are on for participation in the next summit as well. Now, what is happening is that as a part of this summit process, groups of nations have come out with the gift baskets. I do not know how many of you are aware of it. They have tried to, along the previous two summits issued communiques, and Washington summit also issued a work plan, and then idea of gift baskets where individual countries come together and try to say something more than that, more than what is there in the communique. And all of you also perhaps know that one organization has come out with the Nuclear Security Index, and the way this index is organized, one gets a sense that sorry for this. But different people are looking at this summit process in a slightly different way. From the gift baskets and the way this articulation has been going on, some are looking at it to promote disarmament and elimination of weapon-grade material itself, but nuclear security is nuclear security to mix up with other issues for which there are different forums creates a totally different dynamic. And the way some people look at it, one see an element of what one can call as a confirmation bias. One does see an element of that in the way nuclear security index has been compiled. But all I will like to say here is that this nuclear security has to be looked at nuclear security without any confirmation bias, and one has to look at the synergy between security and science and technology to reduce the requirement of nuclear security, to reduce the salience of this problem, so as to ensure that nuclear materials can be used for generation of electricity, which is the need for all the countries, and it is particularly so for India, where we are looking at large requirements of energy in the coming period. Thank you.